Yo, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be continuing what if Zeldris was Naruto. This will be part 5. So let's get right into it. So Jiraiya was like, "What do you mean Naruto and them left the village?" And there was Tsunade's like they left the village. Like I came here to see if he was okay, and he left. Like he told me that he was leaving, and then knocked me out, and that was it. And I'm gonna say Jiraiya sent out like the shinobi, like all the shinobi that were in the village were tasked with finding Naruto and bringing him back to the village. And alright, so yeah, they were tasked with bringing Naruto back to the village. So that mean like the Shikamaru and them were tasked. And Shikamaru was like, damn, first Sasuke, now Naruto. Like, pretty soon we ain't gonna have no good people in the village. And Choji looked at Shikamaru, and Ino looked at Shikamaru, and he was like, "What? I mean, you expect me to lie? Like, come on, you really expect me to lie?" And they just like now I'm gonna say Ino's mad at Shikamaru. But anyway, so they leave the village, like they're headed out to go find Naruto if they ever find Naruto. But now we're gonna go to Naruto's perspective. So I'm gonna say Sakura was like, "Yo, are we really leaving the village?" And Naruto's like, "No, I just want to see what they react like if I wasn't there for a little bit. Maybe just want to see like what happened." And what Naruto does is he basically manipulates the darkness that he's able to conjure up, and he like codes it all over it, like covers it all over his body, and they basically just spawn the Hidden Leaf Village. And I'm gonna say it's been about a month since Naruto was gone, and like the first few weeks, like everybody was pretty chill about it. But once they realized like the big power difference between the Hidden Leaf now that Naruto's gone and the rest of the villages, people were freaking out. Like, what if the Sand Village just came over here and just decided fuck the Leaf Village and took over? Or what if the Rain Village decided to come over here the Hidden Mist Village decided to come over here with their 7 swordsmen, whatever the fuck, the 7 deadly swordsmen or whatever the fuck they called. Anyway, I just said the 7 deadly swordsmen. The swordsmen of the Mist Village, whatever the fuck they're called, they they came over there and it was like, all right, my village. Like they did that. Like, what if that happens? And Jiraiya basically like calls a town meeting of sorts and was like, "Y'all know this is y'all fault, right? Like y'all made Naruto leave the village. Like this is all y'all fault." And Naruto, like, I'm gonna say Naruto, like they all 4 of them, like just land, and Naruto was dying. Like he was like, "Y'all really thought I left the village?" And I'm gonna say like Jiraiya is busy. Like no, he turns around and he senses Naruto's chakra, and like he hears Naruto. So when he turns around, he's pretty like at first he's happy, a little bit emotional. The villagers on the other hand are shocked and baffled because they thought that Naruto left the village completely, like just left them out hanging in the wind. So Naruto turns toward the villagers and they was like, "No cap, y'all missed me." And they was like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up." Like the villagers went right back to the way that they was treating Naruto before. But Naruto was like, "Man, I don't even care anymore. Y'all niggas irrelevant ass niggas. Like y'all not even strong enough to defeat me. Like let alone Sakura." And Sakura like, "Wait a minute, I'm like the second strongest out of the 4 of us, right?" And Sakura looks around, and I'm gonna say Tamari just looks off in the other direction, and Karin looks off in the other direction too. And Naruto looks back and just starts fucking dying. And Sakura was like, wait a minute, I'm the weakest? And Naruto's like, no, in brute strength you're the strongest. Besides, fighting me. But in otherwise, in like speed, like yeah, in brute strength and speed you're the strongest. But anything outside of the range of that, your ass. And she's like, well, that's not fucking fair. That's not fair at all. And she's like, yeah, you okay. And Jiraiya like realizes like, wait a minute, so Naruto made you believe. So now Jiraiya get mad at Naruto and he's like, bro, you really made me think you left the village. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, where have you been staying? And Naruto's like, none of your concern. And Jiraiya was like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't. You just pissed me off. Like, nah, it couldn't be. Like, yeah, he just starts ranting, and I'm gonna say some of the villagers leave, but Naruto basically tells Karin and he tells Karin, Sakura, and Tamari to keep them where they are. So like when the villagers try to leave, like Tamari like looks over there and she basically is like, she appears to look like one of the exits. I'm gonna say that there was 3 exits, like 3 main streets. Like that was the only way that they can like leave from that area was those 3 main streets or those 3 pathways. I'm gonna say she was like, sorry, but can't let y'all through here. So they tried to go to the other one and Sakura was like, y'all not getting through here without a fight. And Karin, like, they looked toward Karin's exit, and I'm gonna say, like, it was a Jonin that tried to get through, and he tried to fight Karin, and he just got sliced up. So, Naruto's like, well, no, it's down to business. And he was basically like, eventually, yo, speaking of that, y'all should go follow that Instagram. That's my, that was the Instagram that I was going to listen in. Let y'all know about. Yeah, it's shinobi _ period with 3 lines. That's me. Oh fuck, I did not mean to go to that. Anyway, so couple of minutes pass of complete silence, and I'm gonna say yeah. Tsunade asks Naruto, like, what is he planning on doing with the villagers? And Naruto's like, I'm not planning on doing nothing. It's the shinobi that I want. And the shinobi, like, everybody that was in the crowd that was, like, a shinobi and then, like, a jonin and genins and things, they start gritting their teeth and they're like, what do you want with us? And Naruto's like, oh. Because since there's a huge power gap between the villages, well, between our village and their villages when I'm not around, why don't we train y'all up so there wouldn't be a problem when I'm not around? Basically, let's not make y'all cannon fodder. And I'm gonna say some of the Jonin and Genin, like, what do you mean we're cannon fodder? And Naruto was like, if we go to war right now with any other village, y'all are gonna die. Like, no hesitations. Y'all will die. And they were like, that's a lie. Like, you're lying. You're not even that strong. And Tamari was like, he's not lying, first off. Second of all, stop calling him a liar. Third of all, if he wanted to start a war, he could have while he was gone, but he didn't. And by could have, I would have meant he could have like wore his hidden leaf headband and went to the Raikage's office and, killed someone in there and just bailed out, but he didn't. But that she didn't tell that to anyone. That was just me talking to y'all. Anyway, so like she goes, like not teleport, but like they all go back to Naruto's side. And he was like, y'all, the villagers can go, but the shinobi stay here. And don't try to, mask your presence or anything, because we will find you. And they look like they start yelling at, like, they basically start trying to talk to Jiraiya. And Jiraiya looks back at them, and now mind you, he's still mad at the fact that the villagers treated Naruto the way that they did. So he looks back at the Hidden Leaf Ninja, and he was like, you do what Naruto tells you, or you'll be, considered a traitor amongst the Leaf Village, and therefore executed. And I'm gonna say it was like 3, maybe 4 Jonin that didn't listen, and like that didn't really care, and they were still trying to leave. I'm gonna say some honorable members that were directly controlled by Jiraiya executed the 3 on the spot. And now all the other Jonin like, what the fuck? And Choji like, this is such a drag. Like, more work, fam. Like, why? Why more work? You couldn't just do anything, Naruto. Why more fucking work, man? And after that, Naruto basically tells it like the people that are good with taijutsu is gonna be trained under under Sakura. They're gonna be trained under Sakura. And the people that are good with swords are gonna train under him. And that's when I'm gonna say Tamari. No, they train under Kadin. And Naruto was like, and the team leaders are gonna train under me, and anyone else is gonna train under Tamari. And when he says the team leaders are gonna train under him, I'm gonna say everybody that was like in that general area, like looks at somebody else. Then they look at Sakura, and Sakura's looking at Naruto like, did you really you finna train somebody? Naruto's like, don't worry, I'm here as a scaffolding. And yeah. So, like, I'm gonna say a couple of weeks pass, and the people that couldn't cut it, either they're gonna basically Naruto's rules, like, if you can't cut it, you're still gonna be a Kanin Fighter Ninja. You're just not gonna be, in the groups that he makes. And Naruto rearranges some of the groups to like it fits people's personalities and things. But the Ino Shik and Choji, that's still going on. And that's the savagery. They had that savagery group. They was gods. Anyway, so Neji Neji was like, yo, Naruto, like you good, fam. Naruto looked at Neji and was like, fam, shut up talking to me. And Neji was like, what's going on? And Naruto was like, when I left the village, I'm not none of y'all friends. Like, and Hinata walks up, was like, so you're not my friend? And Naruto was like, the fuck? No, I don't like you. Like, you're not my friend. You're not strong enough. Until you can get strong enough to become someone that I can see worthy as being my friend, the fuck out of my face. And she takes that. I'm gonna say she takes that to the heart. So, she a little butthurt right now. And Neji's like, okay, fight me. And Naruto's like, okay, bet. Like, I will gladly put another Kanin Fighter Ninja in their place. And I'm gonna say they didn't announce it to like the whole Leaf Village. They only announced it to like the Genin and things like that. But Naruto was like, you know what? Nah, I ain't even gonna fight you. I'm gonna have Sakura fight you. Cause if you can't beat her, you for damn sure not beating me. And Sakura turns around and was like, all I heard was fighting. I don't care who I'm fighting. They just gotta be able to hold their own. So Naruto's like, yep, you're fighting this psychopath. Yeah. Anyway, so they get into the arena and where they hold the Chunin exams at, and Naruto basically starts the fight, and Neji was like, I'll go easy on you because you're a girl, and Sakura looks at him like, the fuck did you just say to me? Like, I'm sorry. I couldn't understand the amount of bullshit that just came out your mouth. And Naruto starts dying, and Tamaru's like, come on, man. Come on. Don't make her mad. Don't make this worse than what it has to be. And Neji turns around and was like, you hear that? I'm gonna go easy on her. And he was basically looking toward all the other people, which are kind of terrified because when Neji turns back around, Sakura's standing right there in front of him, and basically told him, point to his face, just shut. She basically was like, you're gonna go easy on me, someone that's stronger than you. Okay. And then she flicks him into a wall. And Naruto was like, alright, Kari, I'm gonna need you to get Neji up out of there. And she's like, wait, I gotta get Neji up out of that. And he was like, because I don't want to fucking do it right now, alright? And Kari was like, okay. It's gonna cost you, but okay. Okay. So she basically stops Sakura with the swords. Like, Sakura's gonna end up killing that nigga. And he gets taken to the infirmary. And Naruto turns and looks at Hinata and was like, if you ever decide, to stay out of your feelings, no. You can get stronger, I think. And Naruto, I'm gonna say Naruto looks toward Temari and basically tells Temari to take Hinata. Now, he can't make another commandment because those are the only three that I like out of the commandments. But I'm gonna say he's able to make my own version. I'm gonna make my own version of a commandment. The fuck alone, goddammit. Anyway, so I'm gonna say Temari takes Hinata, and Sakura is walking with them, and Hinata's like, where are we going? And Sakura's like, sorry about this, and just chops her in the back of the neck. And Temari looks at Sakura, and Sakura's like, what? She was talking too fucking much. And she's like, alright, I won't tell Naruto, but he gonna find out, right? And she's like, I'll deal with it. And Temari's like, yeah, but I hope he's in a good mood when he comes back. Especially after this you just did to Neji. You better hope that this man is in a good mood. And Naruto, when Naruto gets there, he was like, first off, why is he not knocked out? Second of all, Sakura, what the was that in the arena? You knew you was stronger than him. I told you to hold back, not go ape crazy on him. And I'm gonna say Sakura what? He said he was gonna hold back on me, which is when I'm stronger than him. I don't see the problem with that. And Naruto's like, you know what? Did you knock out Hinata? And she was like, maybe I did. And Naruto's like, I swear to God, I'm gonna cut your throat. I'm gonna slit your fucking throat. What? Why? And Temari was like, don't worry. Temari was like, don't worry about it, Naruto. The real question is what the fuck you finna do with her now that she's knocked out? And I'm gonna say Connie just starts like laughing. And Naruto looks at Connie and is like, "What the fuck you laughing about?" And Connie's like, "Oh, it's funny because I think she's actually still knocked out." And Naruto looks at Hinata and sees her open, like see her trying to like keep her eyes closed. And Naruto's like, "I swear to fucking God, put her in that room." And she wakes up and she's like, wait, what room? Hold on, wait a minute. What room? Help? And I'm gonna say, Tamari, poisoned her just enough to where she was dazed. Like she was in a dazed state to where like she couldn't do anything like to resist. So she gets put in the room and Naruto begins asking her questions. And I'm gonna say like a couple of days pass, and no one knows where Hinata is. The last time everybody seen Hinata was getting taken away by Tamari and Sakura. So everyone's underneath the suspicion that Tamari and Sakura, including Naruto and Karin, is doing something to Hinata. And Neji is pretty pissed. Neji had a mutual respect for Naruto. Now it's like, bro, the fuck, man. So Neji's training because like now he's like, if I can't beat her, what makes me think I can beat him? Because he's basically taking what Naruto said to heart. So the same way Hinata did at first. So a couple of so on like the fourth day, Naruto basically stops asking her the questions, but in the middle, because she wasn't completely like messed up or anything, but Naruto basically was like, yeah, Hinata, we're best friends, like you're my best friend. Now this is all a setup, and he was like, better yet, you can train with us. And he was like, hey, Sakura, you want to train a bit? Like, no, he's like, hey, Karin, you want to train a bit? And Naruto already told Karin the deal, like the plan through telepathy. And Karin's like, yeah, sure, I don't feel like fucking stabbing you. And she whispers that under her breath, and Naruto's like, shut the fuck up. And Sakura's like, I don't like this plan either. Naruto looks at her like, bitch, I didn't ask you if you liked the plan. Like, the fuck? I'm still mad at you for what you did to Neji. And Naruto, like, Hinata is, like, glad because, like, she thought that Naruto hated her and stuff like that. So she's pretty glad that, Naruto, like, said that they're best friends and things like that. So, she's pretty happy. And they're training. And in the middle of training, I'm going to say Tamari screams. Now, Tamari didn't know the plan. So she screamed, like, after Naruto got stabbed with Tamari. So, Tamari screamed after Karin stabbed him with the swords. And then Karin, like, was acting. She was freaking out. And, Hinata turns around and sees it. Because I'm going to say she was training with Sakura. Hinata turns around and sees it and was like, oh my god. And she breaks. And Naruto, because in this state she can't necessarily see anything. She's like in her mindscape. So Naruto was like, good job everyone, good job. Take her back to the fucking room. And I'm gonna say in this time Neji was looking like spying on them. And he was like, wait a second, what are they doing? And he follows them back. And 2 days pass. And in the middle of those 2 days, I'm saying Neji was staking out the house that they were in. Like, yeah. And 2 days pass. And Hinata walks out the house with a tag on her hand. Yes. Yes. And how he was able to do this was Naruto took some of the dark energy out of himself and put it into Hinata. It wasn't strong enough to make her a commandment, so she turned into, you know, what I'm making up. And her ability is she can, like, cause yeah, her ability is she can use like the palm rotation and stuff like that. But her fingers can turn into like mini knives. And not only can they disrupt chakra points, but she can like kill people and things with them too. So yeah. She can change her whole hand into like a little dark blade shit. So yeah. It's pretty god. Like not a god, but like yeah. So like Neji walks up to her and grabs her hand and she's like, "Why are you touching me, Neji?" And Neji was like, what's this? Like, you getting tattoos now? And Naruto comes out, like, Naruto walks out the house and just starts laughing. And Tamara's like, that is not a good idea. And she kind of pushes, like, Neji away. And Neji's like, wait, what are you doing? And she was like, you know, Neji, I'm so fucking tired of you. And then she was like, wait, the fuck? Like, you good, fam? And she's like, Neji, you wanna... And Naruto's like, no, don't. You can stop now. You good. And Neji's like, what did you do to her? Neji was like, what did you do to her? And Naruto's like, what did I do to her? I just made her stronger. And Neji's like, so you just basically turn her. And this is where Neji loses all respect for Naruto. And Neji was like, you basically turned her into a freak, like you three are. I mean, like you four are. And Naruto was like, careful, those words can hurt. Anyway, we'll see you back at the training camp. And he was like, I'm gonna go tell Lord Fourth, which is Jiraiya. And he was like, go. I don't fucking care. What the fuck you gonna do about it? So he goes and he tells Jiraiya, and Jiraiya was like, I guess I can go check it out. And he goes and he sees Hinata, and he was like, Naruto, explain. And Naruto was like, I just made her better than what she was. And Jiraiya's like, oh, makes sense. And he leaves. And he basically, like, Neji saw this and was like, wow, I'm gonna go tell her dad. And Jiraiya, like, before he can go tell his dad, Jiraiya was there already. And he told, that's not what Naruto originally said, but that's what he, like, basically, and just to sum it up, that's what he said. So Naruto, like, Jiraiya told her dad, and her dad was like, okay, he did what had to be done. Okay, to make her stronger. Okay, big Russian father proud. Let me stop. Anyway, so that I did not mean that to offend anybody, by the way. So Neji was like, so now people was just accepting Naruto turning everybody into monsters. So Neji's like, okay, I'll sit on it for right now. I'll sit on it. I'll sit on my anger for right now, at least. I'll sit on it. So Naruto basically tells Neji, like, yo, you good? And Neji's like, don't fucking talk to me, dude. No, I'm changing Hinata's ability. Hinata can summon... Never mind. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. Anyway. So, yeah. A couple. I don't like doing time skips. I really don't like doing so many fucking time skips. I don't know why I do them, but I do them anyway. So Naruto, like during the meeting, like during like the training thing, a lot of people see Hinata and she's not training. So a lot of people are like, "Yo, why aren't you training?" And I'm gonna say, don't they not really paying attention to her hands? And like, cause what she's basically doing is she's just hanging out with, Tamari, Sakura, and fuck, I keep forgetting her name. I just said it like a couple of minutes ago. Kadin. And Kadin, I can't forget her name because my newer what if I can't forget her name. I gotta keep her name. So yeah. Naruto basically like tells them, don't worry about her, fam. She's strong. She's not cannon fodder. And so basically, yeah, everybody that was cannon fodder got kicked out, and there's like a select few, like groups and things that are in there. There's still some that are cannon fodder, but they're farly more advanced than the original cannon fodder of the Leaf Village. And I'm gonna say Naruto's like, the training camp is now over. You all can go home now. So they all leave, and most of them. Excuse me. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but anyway. So Naruto basically tells Jiraiya like most of them are a little bit stronger than what they were. Anyway, I'm gonna go. And Jiraiya's like, where are you going? And Naruto's like, that's a good question. Where the hell am I going? Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna go. And Jiraiya was like, so you're really just gonna like just leave the village? And he was like, yeah, if something bad happens, y'all should be able to stand a chance. I mean, y'all do have the Hyuga clan and the Inuzuka clan. Y'all should be fine. It'd be better if y'all had the Uzumaki clan and the Uchiha clan, but we live and we learn, right? And Naruto just dips. And Jiraiya was like, wait, how the fuck you found out about the Uzumaki clan? And oh my god. Fuck, that should be like a major fucking Easter egg for my next what if. Anyway, so Naruto basically tells them like, yo, we leaving. And I'm gonna say Hinata's like, okay. And they all like they use their wings. And I'm gonna say yes, Hinata has that ability too, even though she's not a commandment or a sin or whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, I said what else? I meant a commandment. She has that ability too. So Naruto is a bit weaker now, but he's gonna find some cause I'm gonna say a lot of the villagers, like a lot of other villages, were trying to harness the power, and Naruto can sense like the dark chakra, or the dark energy that they were trying to harness lingering around the villages and in high concentrations and somewhat around the villages. So we just going to take those. So the first one he went to was a sand village. And this is where I'm going to be leaving this part off. Yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, drop a like. If y'all enjoy my content, subscribe. And no, I still will not be using scripts. I do not like doing scripts. They feel like fucking chores to me. Anyway, yeah. Peace out.